Good afternoon, my purpose driven inspiration family. Good day, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are in this world. I hope you all are having a phenomenal Tuesday. We're actually in the month of April, and we like to use the cliche, it's time to spring forward as we go into spring. So it's actually a great month to move forward into whatever it is that you need to do. Now, lately, we have been kind of busy. We've been busy working on our goals and our dreams with a few of the women that we know at our church, and we actually wrote down specific goals that we want to write down. Whatever it is that we want to accomplish, this is what we're doing. And in order to have a vision, you have to be able to write the plan down. So those of you that's going to tune in, make sure that you share it with a couple of friends. You can tune in and give your ideas as well in the comments. But this is what we've been doing lately because we want to make sure that this year, not only this year, but starting this month, we're going to get into productivity. We're going to make sure that whatever it is that we have, whatever idea, we writing it down and we getting into work. So I want to know, what is it that you can do, that what have you been saying that has actually caused you to sit back and not really accomplish that dream that you have on the inside of you? Have any of you suffered with procrastination? Have any of you suffered with the excuses of, I have this to do, that to do, this to do, or whatever it may be? What is it that is hindering you or holding you back? What is it that's holding you back? What is the excuse that we've been using to not actually get started and get that foot in the door? Now, many of us may have businesses, right? So many of us have an idea of what we want to accomplish, but we forgot, we haven't written down steps in order to accomplish that dream. I can say that I want to open up a boutique. I can say that I want to do a clothing boutique and say I'm going to open up a store. But if I open up this store, where is the vision? Do I have my vision written down? Because I noticed that if I say I want to do a clothing store, but if there's no vision behind it, it's just going to be clothes that I'm selling, but it's really no purpose behind it. So if I want to do, you got to have an idea. Okay, I'm going to open up this clothing store, but I need the steps in order to do it. I need to actually get in contact with certain business people that can help me get my LLC. I need to be in contact with certain people that can help me put the vision forward. Because oftentimes, whether we know it or not, we cannot do it by ourselves. We need some people to support the vision. In order to have a provision, you need somebody to support that vision. So we got to write the steps down and be responsible in that area. What is it? I can say many times, I have this podcast or whatever. I want to talk to different people, but what is the vision behind this podcast? I have an idea of what's the purpose of me doing this. I have this podcast because I want to talk to many different women. I have this podcast because we're going to talk about different life experience. That's the vision. So that many people can be set free from whatever it is that we may have gone through in life, or we can talk about different success that we accomplished. That's the vision, so that we can walk into a purpose driven life. And when I talk to other people and say, this is the vision for this plan, then they're going to be like, okay, because I could say I have a podcast. And they're like, okay. A lot of people got a podcast, but what's the purpose behind it? Are you just going live because you can? What is it? What's the purpose? But I said, we're walking into our purpose. We're walking into we're achieving our goals, our dreams, and our aspiration. This is what we're doing. It is going to draw the right audience in. That's the vision. Write the vision and make it plain. Write the vision and make it plain. When you make it plain, then you have a clear mind. When you write down the steps of what I need to do, okay, I have this boutique because of this. Now I have to be in connection with somebody who can help me get my LLC. Now I need to be in connection with other boutique owners, those who have been in the game longer than I have, so that I can know actually how to maintain this business. Oh, what's the idea? Maybe it's a plus size boutique for women that don't really plus size women that don't really have the right sizes in regular clothing store. We can have a plus size boutique for women that's curvy, but I want to talk to you while I do that. A friend of mine, actually, we was talking about our goals, our dreams, and our aspiration, right? And then she said, "You know what I want to do?" And I said, "What do you want to do?" And she was telling me she wanted to have this clothing line, right? Good evening, Kev. She said she wanted to have this clothing line, but she said, "This is the reason why I want to do it. I want to have this plus size clothing line because many times as you go into different clothing stores, they have clothes for plus size women, but they don't have the clothes that actually can fit them right. So it's like a one size fit all type of plus size section." So she said, "I want to do it so that I can be able to let the clothes fit the women the right way. They can feel comfortable." But she said, "Not only do I want to do that, but I want to be able to talk to them personally. I want to be able to share whatever it is with them. I actually want to interact with them. I want to create this family." See, that was her vision. She don't just want to sell clothes, but she want to create this bond with this business. So that's why I say write the vision and make it plain. Some of you may be stuck because you haven't written your vision down. Without without a vision, you don't know where to go. Without having a vision, you're actually walking blindly, because many people can do whatever it is that you have in mind. Many people can be a teacher, but if you want to be a teacher, write that vision down. Say, "I want to talk to different students that's not able to talk to their parents at home. I want to be able to connect with that student that may feel like they're peculiar. I want to connect with this student because I want to speak life into them." You have to have a vision for your classroom. Oftentimes, some teachers have this goal: I'm going to write this plan. We're going to work on this math problem. We're going to work on this, and we're going to achieve it in about 30 days. I'm going to make sure that each and every student in my class is on one accord. They have the little notes written down. These teachers have the vision written down in their classroom because they want to achieve it at a certain time. Many of us need to write, give it a time give it a time limit. Maybe you could do it like how we do it, 90 days. But each night, what I've learned to do during the 90 days is each 30 days, like when 30 days come up, I'll be like, this is due in 30 days. I want to have this vision written out. I'm going to accomplish this in this 30 days. And then in 60 days, I'm going to have this done. And then when the 90-day mark comes, on the 91st day, it has to come to pass. This has to be true. I'm not just going to say it, but I'm going to see it come to pass on the 91st day. Because on the 90th day is due, but on the 91st day is when you're going to see it come to pass. Write it down, have a clear vision on that. Write the vision down and make sure that it's plain. So that's the first half that I want to talk about, because I see there's so many business minded people, but they just don't have the correct way to go, or they need that guidance. We all need each other to survive. We cannot accomplish this business on our own without having the help. We need that helping hand. We need somebody that's experienced in certain things. We need people that, when you're handling business, that's experienced in the legal stuff that you got to get done. You have to have people that's smart in that area so that they can help you, because you may not. There may be a lot of things that you're missing out on that you don't know about that they can share with you. And also, it's great to have a partner, an accountability partner that you check in and say, "You got this written down, you got that written down, let's do this, we both gonna do this." It's great to have an accountability partner because it gives you the motivation to keep going. It gives you the motivation to not procrastinate. It gives you the motivation to not be lazy. Those type of people, you really need them in your life. So I want to see you guys write it down. Do a 90-day plan or a 90-day challenge. Many of you need to start challenging yourself. You've been so comfortable, you've been so laxated in the position that you're in. And right now we're trying to get rid of the excuses of, "I got this going on, I got that going on." I know some of you have children, but take an hour out of your day if you can, or maybe 30 minutes, to have something written down, have something accomplished, do something different. In order to get something different, you got to do something that you never done before. So you got to get out of your comfort zone. We've been too comfortable for a long time. That's why many of your dream, you don't want your dream to die. because at the end of the day, it gets old. The excuses get old. You don't want your dream to die. You have a gift and a talent on the inside of you that other people need to see as well. So, right, every 30 days, have something accomplished. Have something accomplished. I got this done within this 30 days. I got this done. Now it's 60 days and 90 days. Boom, it's done. Those of you that's business minded, those of you that have creativities, those of you that have a business going, that's do a 90-day challenge on what you want to do. Even if you want to write a book, make sure that your rough draft is due within that 90 days. So that's the first part that I want to talk to you guys about, writing the vision and making it plain. So now the topic is, what is your Judas? This is the second half. What is your Judas? I know you guys might be thinking, well, don't you mean who is your Judas? No, because a Judas is somebody or something that has been hindering you. There's something that wants to give way. There's something that's close to you that's trying to get you to turn back from your goals. There's something that's beside you that tries to hinder you. There's something or somebody that's familiar with you that wants to stay close enough to you so that you won't be able to accomplish whatever it is. What is your Judas? Is your Judas procrastination? Because procrastination brings hindrance. Is your Judas being lazy? Because laziness definitely bring a hindrance in your life. Is your Judas doubt? Because doubt can make you think that every dream and aspiration that you have on the inside of you won't come to pass. Is your procrastination self-pity? Because self-pity can have you feeling down. Self-pity can make you really feel low. Self-pity is the number one thing that can really be a dream killer. So it's not about who is your Judas, but we're going to say, what is your Judas? Identify your Judas. What's been holding you back? Because right now we're in a season where we're accomplishing things, but you have to identify your Judas. There's too many things that sometimes we can have a self-destructive mentality, which means I doubt myself, which means I procrastinate, which means I get lazy at times, which means I have a bunch of excuses. Sometimes we can be our biggest enemy. Sometimes it's us. What is it that's holding you back? What is it that's stopping you from accomplishing your goals in your dream? Identify that Judas and get rid of it quickly. Quickly, because that's the only way you can accomplish your dream, by identifying what is it that's holding you back so that you can accomplish your dreams. So that's the second half. Now, I'm gonna say something I've been sitting back and I was thinking about, um basically with marriage. This is the third half. And I've been sitting here, there's many people, and I've been seeing a lot in the social media world that actually has a marriage. And I sat back and I began to think to myself, like, why don't some people actually honor their marriage? We sometimes social media can be one of the biggest destruction in marriage. Now, I used to say, when people say that, I used to be like, nah, it's all according to the person. But really, lately, I've been seeing certain things with certain people have not really been honest to their spouse, and they've been reaching out to other people. They put on this persona of, I am available, but really, and then they're in this person inbox and that person inbox and the next person inbox, and they're creating this whatever it may be to stroke their ego, but really they're not honoring their marriage. And I begin to say, when I seen this happen of certain people not honoring their marriage, it made me kind of think, like, this is the reason why some people doubt marriage, because sometimes some people aren't honest. But what you don't realize, when you don't honor your marriage and when you don't honor your spouse, then that's the problem between you and God. When your wife, husbands, when your wife is upset and you're not honoring your wife, guess what? Then there's many things in your life that can be hindered. Your finances can be blocked off, your business can be blocked off, your sanity can be messed up. You go through your own personal trial because you haven't held on to your end of the bargain. And what bothers me the most is that when you become this person that deceive other people, when you deceive other people and not being honest about who you're with, or not being honest about actually being taken, that's the problem. That's the problem. There's too many people that go through different self-esteem problems. There's too many people that struggle with relationships. And then if they run into a person like you, if you feel convicted with this, then that's a problem. And then they begin to have doubt in relationships. So now you created this doubt and this fear of this ain't gonna work out. This fear of a marriage ain't really worth it because look at this person, look at what this person is doing. This person has been deceiving. This person has been deceiving to me. This person don't even want to be with their spouse because whether you fellas, whether you know it or not, there's some women that really feel like that. You know what I'm saying? Because when you reach out to them and you put on this persona, or you want to talk to them, or you want to be in a relationship with them, but you're not even honest that to them, or you're not even saying that you're in a marriage. So now these women are really thinking all men are the same, and it's not right. And you're not honoring your marriage. Why take these vows to be deceptive? Why take these vows to step out on who God has given you? Obviously, you said the vow, so that's your God given spouse. This is not just a relationship. So, this is a communication. Yes, Kevin. Kevin says people don't realize it's a dedication, and they do it for the image and not love. You are so correct. I mean, there's so many people that are still tied down together because of the image. There's so many people that, I mean, if they're in the social media world, if there are celebrities, there are so many people that's still together because of their business or whatever it may be to maintain that image. I do get it. And they're not in it because of love. They're in it because they literally want to save their marriage. But you guys have to get a true meaning of what a marriage really is. And I sat there and I was a little bit disappointed when I saw it. Because one thing about me, I don't care what it is. I don't care what I go through. I will never be the type of woman that will entertain anybody that's involved in a marriage. And when you're deceptive, first of all, ladies, being a side chick is not a goal. Being a side chick would never be a goal. I don't care what he promised you. At the end of the day, if he's married to somebody, then he's still taken. I don't care what promises he give you. Listen, he's still in that bond, and you create. First of all, legally, you get nothing. Legally, it belongs to her. So come on, come on. I don't care what sweet words he whisper you, honey. It's not worth it. You're beautiful. You're fearfully and wonderfully made by God. So why not let somebody pursue you that's available? I don't care what he's promised you. So many people have been in this bond for years just because of what the words that he say to you. Learn to love yourself. Learn to be by yourself for a while until somebody who is available to love you, available literally, don't have a ring on his finger and is not married, to love you the way he needs to. So many people, so many people don't realize that marriage is a sacred thing and we can't play with it. You cannot play with it. Yes, Kevin, a happy wife is a happy life. And that lines up with God. When a woman cries, I thought about this. Don't you know, I believe when a woman cries and when God sees her tears, honey, that's on you. That's on the husband. When you make her hurt, God hears her. You know what I'm saying? And the thing about it is when a woman is married to you and she's happy, she will go above and beyond for you. When a woman is well taken care of and protective, you tell her about your business, you tell her about your ideas, she's going to go 150 plus. She's going to go above and beyond to make sure that business or whatever it is succeeds, whatever idea she's going to, because remember, she's your helpmeet. So if a woman is your helpmeet, that means she's really the brains behind the marriage, in the marriage, you know what I'm saying? So she's the one pushing the vision in the marriage. But when she's constantly feeling down, she's not going to want to do it. Not saying that is right, but when she's feeling low, she don't have the strength to keep the family going. So why not make sure that she's good? Why not make sure that your marriage is good? Yes, your marriage will go through different humps. Yes, your marriage will go through different things, but don't be deceptive. The last thing you need to do is be deceptive. If you're with somebody right now, some of you need to go home and apologize to your spouse anyway. Some of you need to, because this internet thing ain't nothing to play with. You don't come on here and you don't be deceptive to your wife, to your spouse, men or women. None of y'all need to do that. Y'all be playing these Russian roulette with this internet game, and it ain't serious. I mean, it is serious. It's nothing to play with at all. And when you be deceptive, you wonder why you're going crazy in your mind. You wonder why you ain't got no peace. Because if you don't bring peace in your household, you ain't gonna have peace personally. Cut the image out. Cut that out. The grass ain't always greener on the outside. The grass is never greener on the outside because it's fake. The grass on the other side is fake. So why not water your own garden? Water your own grass at home through thick and thin. That's what you're supposed to do. And nowadays, so many you're gonna be caught up. Nothing will go right until you make sure that your home is right. And if you don't want to be with your spouse, I don't get into the married folks business, but if you feel like it's the end that before you start something new. Stop causing confusion all the way around, because some of you are not even honest. Some of you will keep this relationship going on that side while you got her here, and then you got this relationship over there, and now everybody is being deceptive, and then now everybody emotion is being involved because you, sir, are not being honest. You, sir, want your ego to be stroked. You, sir, just can't get enough. But if you want to be single, baby, then don't get married. But what you're not gonna do is be deceitful to your wife. Don't do that, because there's many women out there that's really gonna put you in your place. There's many women out there that can be. Everybody ain't gonna put up with that. Many women out there ain't gonna really put up with whatever it is that you put your wife through. Kevin says his wife is the strongest person he's ever met. She took his post-stroke personality change, and it's been bad, but we never forget we love each other. And that is so awesome. When you go through your low, when you're at your lowest, that's how you know who's really for you. When you're at your lowest, when you're not able to offer whatever it is, when people see you at your worst and still choose to stick beside you, although they see your worst, that's the one that you keep around, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a friendship. Those are the people that you need to keep beside you. But we're going to cut off all this deceitfulness. That's what we need to do. And ladies, you got to stand up for something, or you're going to fall for everything. You hear me? You are fearfully and wonderfully made by God. You're not number two, you're number one. You're number one. And always remember that. Always remember that. That's why I'm so big on self-love, because if when you learn to love yourself, nobody can tell you anything different. Yes, you're gonna go through lows, but nobody can tell you anything different. Nobody can deceive you about you when you learn to love yourself. But enough of these internet games. Whatever you may maybe going through, I don't know what it is, but be honest all the way around. Stop pulling people into this into your world involuntarily. Stop doing that. Cut it short. If she can't talk to you around when your wife is around, then y'all don't need to have no private conversation. If she can't be friends with your wife, she don't need to be counseling you, sir. If your wife don't know who your friends are, they ain't your friend. If your husband don't know who your friends are, he ain't your friend. Period. No more deceitfulness. Honesty is the best policy, and we gotta bring back that marriage is really a beautiful thing if you work on it. One thing about beauty is that you have to go through that defining moment. One thing about a diamond, they have to go through the fire in order to be formed correctly. One thing about a garden, you have to go through that plowing, which means you got to dig through the soil, go through the nitty gritty, water the garden, make sure no bugs, outsiders eat up what's in your garden, or animals on the outside eat up what's in your garden. You got to work on your garden, work on your marriage, work on your covenant thing that you said before God. Work on that first. That's the key. Work on that first. Work on your own home first. If you need to delete a few social medias in order to do so, in order to have your peace, do it. Do it, because I'm telling you, when you learn to actually make sure your house is good, I'm telling you, it is a blessing. Don't be deceitful, don't be deceiving, and don't be conniving in this season. work on what God has given you, and learn to love yourself, single people. Learn to love who you are, because you are a great blessing to this world. You really, really are. I come on this platform each and every time to encourage each and every one of you to walk into your purpose driven life. Your life has purpose. Your life has purpose. Your life has purpose, period. So let's walk into it. I didn't even want to stay before you long. So those of you that's going to watch the replay, please make sure that you like, share, and subscribe to the Purpose Driven Inspiration family. Oh, and those of you that don't know, I have taking a break from Facebook for a while, so to make sure that I'm able to handle certain things, get certain things in order. So I won't be on there for a while, but I will be on Instagram on purpose driven underscore Amy. I do certain reels and stuff on that. So you can catch me on Instagram, follow me on Instagram. And I'm going to be on YouTube a lot. But I'm definitely taking a break from Facebook for a while to just make sure, you got to cleanse your mind, make sure everything is in order. So if you don't see me on there, I'll be on Instagram. So make sure that you follow, share it with certain people, and all that. So it's definitely been a pleasure talking to each and every one of you, to share this nugget with you on this Tuesday. And I want you all to write down your goals, your vision, and your dream, whatever it is, and tell me about it. Inbox me. Those of you that's watching it, if you writing down, if you have a goal, vision, whatever it may be, inbox me within the next 30 days and tell me what's the step that you're taking towards success. And I pray that you all will have a phenomenal day. Yes, thank you, Kevin, for tuning in. We always appreciate you. We appreciate each and every one of you that's tuning in. Thank you for tuning in on the Purpose Driven Inspiration channel. I pray that you all will have a blessed, phenomenal day.